What's up guys, role-playing Garchomp here with the top 37 Spartan Sasuke competitors. Why 37? That is the number of different competitors that has cleared stage 1 in the first 19 tournaments of Spartan Sasuke. This will not be an opinionated list. Each competitor on this list has been ranked and scored in various categories. Those three categories being obstacle points, stage points, and top 10 bonus. So basically you get 1 point for every obstacle you've completed in Spartan Sasuke. With stage points you get 1 point for failing stage 1, 3 points for failing stage 2, 5 points for failing stage 3, 7 points for failing stage 4, and 10 for achieving total victory. With the top 10 bonus you get 1 point for 10th place, 2 points for 9th place, 3 points for 8th, so on and so forth, before you get 10 points for first place. That said, let's get into this list, beginning at number 37 with 13 points is DJ Man 855. DJ Man competed in the third tournament, where he was one of 13 in that tournament to clear the first stage. On the second stage, he beat the first 2 obstacles, but would go out on the third obstacle, the Spider Walk. This would be his only appearance on the course, and another notable note is that he was friends with Swantron97. Moving on to number 36 on the list, with 14 points and a very similar story to DJ Man, we have Lord Franku. Lord Franku also competed in the third tournament. He is also friends with Swan, and he also cleared the first stage, but unlike DJ Man, he was able to get 1 obstacle further, going out on the coil dodge, which put him 1 spot higher on this list. At number 35 with 15 points is Quantum Xenon. He competed in the 17th tournament, where he was trained by Alpha Puma, who had retired the tournament prior. In that tournament, his training paid off as he got to stage 2 and failed the double salmon ladder. Although he has a worse personal best compared to the first 2 competitors on the list, it was his 8th place finish in that tournament that gave him the extra points, beating out competitors like WolfNinja and Crimson Gulch, who also got to stage 2 in that tournament. And number 34 with 22 points is El Tigre Blanco. Unlike the other competitors, this guy has competed 2 times. His first appearance in tournament 16, he got to the second stage and failed the Delta Bridge, which was his personal best. He came back for the 19th tournament, but was fast forwarded and failed mix and match. Moving on to number 33 on the list with 24 points is Z-Master. Z-Master has competed 3 times on the course, making his debut in tournament 17 as Spartan Sasuke's first ever number 51. He had a pretty good appearance, going out on the 5th obstacle, the Captain Swing, came back in the next tournament and got 2 obstacles further, failing the vehicle swing. But in tournament 19, he would take his success 1 step further by clearing the first stage, but would fail the first obstacle of the second stage in tournament 19, the Rolling Log. Who knows if he'll continue on his success in Halo Infinite, but he's got a lot of potential going forward. Coming in at number 32, a much more recent prodigy, at 34 points is Killamanoodle. This guy's only competed twice, but he's already had plenty of success on the course. He made his debut in tournament 18. He was number 1 in the run order, where he got to mix and match, which was new in that tournament. But in tournament 19, he surprised everyone. Not only did he complete the first stage, but he also got to the third stage, getting as far as the Lunatic Cliffhanger, placing him in 6th place in that tournament. Now that he's had his first taste of success, we'll see if he can continue that going into Halo Infinite. At number 31 on the list with 36 points is Crown Ferret 19. Formerly known as Irish 1200 on the Xbox 360, this guy has been competing since Tournament 14. In Tournament 17, he nearly defeated the first stage, going out on the final obstacle of the first stage, the floating orbs. But his first success came in the most recent tournament, where he completed stage 1 for his first time, but would go out on the double salmon ladder. A very dedicated competitor dating back to the days of Halo Reach. We'll see what he has to show going into Infinite. Coming in at number 30 on the list with 41 points is Clever Alchemist. Clever Alchemist is a retro competitor, having competed in the first 8 tournaments of Spartan Sasuke. He's only cleared the first stage once, however, that being in Tournament 2 where he went out on the coil dodge. Every other appearance has seen him fail the first stage. His last appearance came in Tournament 8 where he failed the hazard bar, and we wouldn't see him again since. After Tournament 8, he would go on to play PUBG full time, and it's unlikely that we'll see him back on Infinite. Moving on to a more recent competitor, at number 29 with 43 points is SonicFan10193. This guy's competed in the 3 most recent tournaments. His first appearance in Tournament 17, he wore number 1 in the run order and failed the jumping spider. Tournament 18, he beat the first stage for his first time and got to the double salmon ladder. But in the last tournament, he took his success even further, going out on the planet bridge on stage 3. Going into Infinite, he's going to have a lot of expectations, so we'll see if he can deliver. At number 28 on the list with 45 points is PatrilloFam4. He's been competing since the 16th tournament. He's failed stage 1 in his first 3 appearances, but in the last tournament, he shocked everyone, getting all the way to the curtain clean Kai on stage 3, getting past the lunatic cliffhanger on his very first attempt at it. So he's got a lot to prove going into Halo Infinite to see if he can be a top competitor. Coming in at number 27, you might be surprised to see him this early on the list, but with only 53 points, it is Buddy Jumps. Buddy Jumps has competed only 2 times on the course. His first appearance in Tournament 2 saw him become the very first competitor in the history of Spartan Sasuke to reach the final stage. Unfortunately, he came up short of achieving total victory, but he would be the mark to beat going forward. His only other appearance came in Tournament 4, where he was one of 8 to get through the crooked wall, but time was against his side and he was eventually eliminated at the Tarzan slide. Since then, he has competed in Tournament 20 of Halo Ninja Warrior, but it is unlikely that we'll see him back in a future tournament. Alright, our next 2 competitors on the list are tied with 55 points, but in the event of a tiebreaker, the tiebreaker will be determined by a competitor's personal best. So coming in at number 26 with 55 points is Ninja Warrior 718. This guy's been around for a long time, his first appearance dating back to Tournament 8. For a very long time, he has not had success on the course. In his first 11 appearances, he would fail the first stage. Many believed that he was going to be another one of those kids who would continuously come back but would fail the first stage every time. But in Tournament 19, he proved everyone wrong by beating the first stage for his first time after 12 painful appearances, going out on the double salmon ladder in that tournament. At number 25, also with 55 points, is Crimson Gulch 360. This guy's been competing since Tournament 13. He was formerly known as Secret Squad 157, recently changed his gamer tag to Crimson Gulch in the 18th tournament. This guy's cleared the first stage twice in Tournament 17 and 19. In Tournament 17, he failed the first obstacle of Stage 2, becoming the first competitor in the course's history to fail the first obstacle of Stage 2. But in Tournament 19, he would set his personal best, going out on the metal spin, putting him higher on the list than Ninja Warrior. Our next two competitors on the list, another tie, 59 points, but coming in at number 24 is Big Vane. This Russian competitor has competed 6 times on the course. 2 of those times has seen him clear the first stage, coming in Tournaments 10 and 12. Tournament 12, he set his personal best, going out on the spider walk of Stage 2. He came back in the most recent tournament, Tournament 19, but he would go out on the Kudari swing bridge. Having seen him in the most recent tournament, we'll see if he comes back for Halo Infinite. And at number 23, breaking the tie at 59 points, is Sane the Legend. Sane made his debut in Tournament 3, where he cleared the first stage, going out on the metal spin. However, that would be the only time he cleared Stage 1. He would keep competing until Tournament 9, where after that he took a 2-tournament break before coming back in Tournament 12. However, his next appearance wouldn't come until the most recent tournament, where he failed mix and match. Sane the Legend has expressed interest of returning in Halo Infinite, so it should be very exciting to see him back going into the new era. Coming in at number 22 on the list with 60 points is KingSparkity. KingSparkity has made 14 appearances on Spartan Sasuke, dating all the way back to Tournament 2. His biggest success came in Tournament 5, where he cleared the first stage with less than a second on the clock. It was a very exciting moment. Unfortunately, he would go out on just a second obstacle, the double salmon ladder, becoming the first competitor in the history of Spartan Sasuke to fail a salmon ladder. After that, things would go on a downward spiral for him, as after Tournament 5, he would only clear the third obstacle of Stage 1 in 3 of the following 10 tournaments. His best since his clear was in Tournament 7, where he failed a flying chute, and his last appearance came in Tournament 15, where he failed only the second obstacle, the ledge leap. He retired after the 15th tournament, but has expressed interest of making a return on Halo Infinite, so we'll see if he comes back for the new era. Number 21 with 66 points is Ripto9866. This guy's competed 7 times, dating back to Tournament 5. His biggest success came in Tournament 8, where he made it very far on the course, going out on the hang climb of the 3rd stage. However, that tournament would only prove to be a fluke, as he would go out on just a 3rd obstacle of Stage 1, the swing bridge in Tournament 9. He wouldn't compete again until Tournament 12, where he failed the music box. He came back for the most recent tournament, where he would go out on the TIE Fighter. However, he has announced he will not be returning on Halo Infinite, so we wish him the best of luck going forward in his life. Going into the top 20, at 20th place with 70 points is Daddycheese 2670, formerly known as Cheese's Life 5. He made his debut in the 7th tournament and has made 12 appearances on the course. His only clear on the first stage came in Tournament 13, where he failed the spider walk. He nearly defeated it, but would go out on the dismount of the obstacle. He's come close to clearing the first stage a few times recently, but has failed late into the stage. Will he be able to come back to his former glory on Infinite? Only time will tell. And number 19 with 75 points is WolfNinja 1225. This guy has made 11 appearances on the course. His first appearance dating back to Tournament 9, and he has competed in every tournament since. He has cleared the first stage 3 times, but every time he's made it to the second stage, he was never able to complete the salmon ladder. and in the most recent tournament, he failed the Kudari swing bridge. Number 18 with 81 points is LongShot Arrow 76. A recent prodigy on the course, LongShot's been competing since Tournament 13, but has shown a lot of success already. In Tournament 15, he was just one of 2 competitors to defeat the infamous rolling jump. Only he and Double Lump were able to do so, and LongShot would go out on the flying chute. But in the very next tournament, he would go on to clear Stage 1, going out on the last obstacle of Stage 2, the speed log. He would make it to the second stage a couple of more times after that, but he is yet to make it to the third stage. So will he be able to do so on Infinite? At number 17 with 92 points is Snoz. Snoz has competed 17 times on the course, only missing out in tournaments 5 and 6. Unfortunately, he's only cleared the first stage once, that coming in tournament 3, where he failed the coil dodge. After tournament 3, he has yet to make it back to stage 2, but in the most recent tournament, he would get far on the first stage, going out on the Kudari swing bridge. Will Snoz finally be able to break his curse on Infinite and make it back to stage 2 at long last? Only time will tell for the stage 4 finalist from Halo Ninja Warrior. Moving on to triple digit points, at 16th with 109 points is Talking King 5J. Talking King has competed 11 times on the course, dating back to Tournament 6. His first success came in Tournament 10, where he surprised everyone by clearing the first stage. It was one of the biggest moments in Tournament 10, where he beat the first stage with less than a second left on the clock. His personal best came in Tournament 12, where he ran out of time on the triple reversed. He is yet to make it to the third stage. After 4 attempts on the second stage, he would never be able to defeat it. His last appearance came in Tournament 16, where he went out on the jumping spider. Since then, he has left Halo jumping to focus on Roblox, and currently it is unlikely that we'll see him back on Halo Infinite. Who knows if he will come back? It'd be very nice to see him return on the course, but right now he is focused on Roblox. At number 15 with 118 points is an epic Reshiram. An epic made his debut in the second tournament and has cleared the first stage 4 times. But like Talking King, he was never able to complete the second stage. His personal best came in the 4th tournament, where he timed up on the gravity road. His most recent clear came in Tournament 7 and would fail Stage 1 in his next 6 appearances before declaring retirement after Tournament 13. He was invited back for Tournament 19, however he turned down the offer. Coming in at number 14 with 128 points is Patty Freakin. Patty Freakin was one of the original 23 competitors to compete in the very first tournament. His personal best came in Tournament 2, where he failed the vehicle ramps on Stage 3, and in Tournament 7 he would get back to the third stage, going out on the Rocket Bar Sky. His last appearance came in Tournament 14, where he would fail only the third obstacle, the Lolly Drop, and he has yet to come back since. And number 13 on the list with 135 points is Could Be Better, aka Phil. Phil is the grand champion of Aborigines Warrior, achieving total victory in its 19th tournament. And on Spartan Sasuke, he has competed 13 times dating back to Tournament 5. He's cleared the first stage 5 times and would get to the third stage in Tournament 11, where he set his personal best, going out on the flying shelf grab. In his most recent appearance in Tournament 19, he would unfortunately fail the first obstacle of the first stage, the log jam. We'll see if he can rebound from this failure going forward. And number 12 with 158 points is Siren. More commonly known as Chris, he has competed 16 times on Spartan Sasuke. His personal best came in his debut in Tournament 2, going out on the Domino Hill. He has cleared the first stage 5 times, including in the most recent tournament where he failed the double salmon ladder. Chris has been on a recent string of success, and we'll have to see if he can continue that going forward onto Infinite. And number 11 with 188 points is Weapon Matt. Weapon Matt has competed 14 times and has cleared the first stage in 6 of his appearances. He would only get to the third stage once in Tournament 12, where he went out on the crazy cliffhanger, and in the most recent tournament he got back to the second stage, going out on the coil dodge. In that tournament he would announce his retirement as he would be going into college. Best of luck for him going forward in his life. Alright guys, we are now into the top 10. At number 10 with 216 points is MightyMax 80. MightyMax has competed in every tournament since his debut in Tournament 7, where he was number 1 in the run order. He has cleared the first stage 7 times, with his first success coming in his 5th appearance in Tournament 11. He would get to the third stage 4 times, starting with Tournament 13. In Tournament 17, he would set the closest finish in the history of Spartan Sasuke, clearing stage 2 with only 5/100ths of a second remaining on the clock. In Tournament 18, he would defeat the Lunatic Cliffhanger for his first time, going out on the Curtain Clean Kai. And in the last tournament, he would get 2 obstacles further, failing the Iron Thrones. MightyMax has seen a lot of success on Spartan Sasuke, but unfortunately has not shown a lot of it on the other major courses, which some say has kept him out of the conversation of being one of the best competitors around. But seeing his success on Spartan Sasuke, I think he has what it takes to do great things going forward onto Infinite. At number 9 on the list with 220 points is Atlantic Champ. Atlantic Champ has been around since Tournament 5. He has a very similar record to MightyMax 80, 7 Stage 1 clears and 4 Stage 2 clears. On his first Stage 3 attempt in Tournament 14, he was the only competitor to get to the third stage in that tournament, where he failed the Lunatic Cliffhanger. He would fail the Cliffhanger again in Tournament 17 and 18, but in the last tournament he was finally able to conquer it, and furthermore, he became the first competitor since SMOKEY Massacre in Tournament 13 to reach the final stage, becoming only the 7th different competitor to reach the final stage in Spartan Sasuke. His final stage attempt was cut very short when he overshot the first bar of the salmon ladder, being the first competitor to fail the final stage by not timing up. But nevertheless, Atlantic Champ is expected to be one of the best competitors going into Halo Infinite, and I'm very excited to see what this kid has going forward. Moving forward into the All-Stars, at number 8 with 250 points is Hunter Unit 751, the host of Ninja Warrior of Halo. In his first 8 appearances on the course, he cleared Stage 1 6 times, seeing him get to the third stage in Tournament 4, where he set his personal best going out on the final track, and in Tournament 8, where he failed the Rocket Bars Kai. After Tournament 8, he wouldn't compete again until Tournament 13, and he would struggle to find success. But in Tournament 17, he would finally find that success and would get to the third stage, putting him back into his prime. He also cleared Stage 1 in both the previous 2 tournaments, but has failed the second stage both of those times. Hunter Unit 751 holds the record for the most Stage 2 failures on Spartan Sasuke, failing it 6 times. but after very recent success, he is expected to be one of the best going into Infinite. At number 7 on the list with 278 points is Alpha Puma. Alpha Puma has competed 17 times on the course, including in the first 16 tournaments. Alpha Puma has 8 Stage 1 clears and 5 Stage 2 clears. His personal best came in both tournaments 1 and 2 on the vehicle ramps, where both times he backed up too much while lining up for the 3rd ramp. After he became an all-star in Tournament 4, he would struggle to find success, where in the following 11 appearances after Tournament 4, he would only clear the first stage twice, which was why in Tournament 16 he declared his retirement, but he would not go out without a bang, as he would get all the way to the Sidewinder on the 3rd stage. After a 2-tournament break, he came back from retirement in Tournament 19, as he would repeat his Tournament 16 success, going out on the Sidewinder again. Having made it to Stage 3 in both of his previous 2 appearances, it seems that Alpha Puma has reached a renaissance in his Spartan Sasuke career. So we'll see if he can continue his recent success on Infinite. Moving on to number 6 on the list with 319 points is Strafe Helix. Strafe Helix has competed in every tournament since his debut in Tournament 4, and he would show success very early on, where in his 4th appearance he would get all the way to the final stage in Tournament 7. Since then, he has made it to the 3rd stage plenty more times, and it's his success that earned him the rank of All-Star in Tournament 17. His most recent Stage 3 appearance in Tournament 18, he got to the hang climb, but in the last tournament he failed the 2nd stage, going out on the wind chimes, going out much earlier than he expected. Strafe Helix is one of the most determined competitors in the course's history. He will not rest until he stands atop Mount Midoriyama, so we'll see if he can finally achieve his long-term goal of total victory going into Infinite. Moving into the top 5 now. Number 5, 343 points is Flameosaurus. Flame has been around since the very first tournament and has competed 15 times. Flame is one of the most consistent competitors in the course's history, having cleared Stage 1 11 times. He has gotten to the 3rd stage 8 of those times, and for the longest time he has struggled with the cliffhanger, having failed it across multiple iterations. But in Tournament 19 he finally broke the curse and nearly defeated the 3rd stage, but would be denied by the Iron Thrones, going out on the next to last throne. Had it not been for that slip up, it would have been very likely that Flame would have joined Atlantic Champ on the final stage. But Flame is one of the favorites going into Halo Infinite, and I'm very excited to see what he has going forward. Now we're getting into the best of the best. At number 4 with 363 points is Swantron97. One of my closest friends on Xbox. He has competed 15 times, where he made his Halo jumping debut in the first tournament. In Tournament 1, he became the first competitor to clear Stage 1 on Spartan Sasuke at only number 2 in the run order. In his first 13 appearances on Spartan Sasuke, he has cleared Stage 1 12 times, including 9 in a row from Tournaments 5 through 13, the longest Stage 1 clear streak of anyone on Spartan Sasuke. In Tournament 6, he was the only competitor to clear Stage 1. And in Tournament 8, he would be promoted to All-Star, as he would reach the final obstacle of Stage 3, the Pipe Slider, before failing the final jump. In Tournament 13, he would make it to the final stage, having finally achieved his long-term goal of getting there. After Tournament 13, it seemed like he was on the top of the world, but suddenly things would take a turn for the worse. He missed Tournament 14, and in Tournament 15 he infamously declared retirement, going out on the rolling jump. He eventually returned in Tournament 19, but would shockingly fail the final obstacle of the first stage of floating orbs. Since Tournament 19, he's been very active in the Halo jumping community, and it should be very exciting to see if he can make a comeback on Halo Infinite. Taking the bronze medal with 394 points is DHG Fireball. Fireball is only one of 2 competitors to have competed in every single tournament of Spartan Sasuke. His record on Spartan Sasuke is very impressive. 11 Stage 1 clears, 7 Stage 2 clears, and 1 Stage 3 clear in Tournament 8. He joined SMOKEY MASSACRE in Tournament 8 in getting to the final stage, but unlike SMOKEY MASSACRE, he would come up short of achieving total victory. But while on the topic of SMOKEY, he would go on to become the 3rd Grand Champion of Halo Ninja Warrior, achieving total victory in its 20th tournament. But in the most recent tournament of Spartan Sasuke, he would shockingly fail mix and match on Stage 1. So going into Halo Infinite, he'll be looking for a bit of revenge in his 20th appearance. Going into number 2, the difference between 2nd and 1st is only 7 points. But at number 2 with 456 points is the man, the myth, the legend, Double Ump, the first Spartan Sasuke Grand Champion. He achieved that feat in Tournament 4, clearing the final stage with only 0.3 of a second remaining on the clock. His stats on Spartan Sasuke truly are mythical. In 16 appearances, he's cleared Stage 1 12 times, he's beaten Stage 2 9 times, but most impressive of all, he made it to the final stage 4 times, more than any other competitor in the course's history. And had it not been for his 3 absences, he likely would have been number 1 on this list. In his first 15 appearances on the course, he has never finished below 7th. Even in his first 3 Stage 1 failures, he had at least finished 7th place, including a 1st place finish in the tournament where no one cleared Stage 1. Going into Tournament 19, he had been 1st place in 3 of the previous 4 tournaments, which meant he had earned the right to be Spartan Sasuke's Mr. 1000. But things would take a very unfortunate turn in Tournament 19, where he failed only the 2nd obstacle, the butterfly wall, providing arguably the most shocking failure in the course's history. And now, last but not least, in 1st place, taking the gold with 463 points, is SMOKEY MASSACRE, the host of Halo Ninja Warrior. Like Fireball, SMOKEY has competed in every single tournament of Spartan Sasuke, and is the most successful competitor in the course's history. If Double Ump's results were mythical, SMOKEY MASSACRE's is more than that. SMOKEY MASSACRE has the record for the most Stage 1 and Stage 2 clears on Spartan Sasuke, clearing Stage 1 13 times and clearing Stage 2 12 times. In Tournament 8, he would achieve total victory with just less than a second on the clock, becoming the 2nd Grand Champion of Spartan Sasuke. After that, he would put on one of the most dominating sprees of success in the course's history. With the exception of Tournament 12, SMOKEY would achieve 1st place in 4 of the next 5 tournaments. And in Tournament 13, he would go on to make history. He cleared the final stage again with 3¼ seconds left on the clock, becoming the first ever 2-time Grand Champion in the history of a major jumping course. He is the #1 competitor going into Halo Infinite, and and we'll see what he has in store for his 20th appearance and beyond. And that will conclude this video. Hope you enjoyed the list. I'm RPG445, and I'll see you in the next video. Farewell, everyone.